Okay, so I'm pretty sure we all have someone in our lives throughout our time, even though we don't talk to them anymore, we still do. But you want to, when you go see them, all they do is just talk, but they don't hear you. So my quote is, "A bore is a person who talks when you want him to listen," by Ambrose Bierce. So for example, if you have a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and you want to tell them about your day, all they want to do is just talk about, like, for example, if you have a friend, like a girl, like a friend's girl. So you talk to her and you're like, oh, okay, so guess what happened? All she wants to talk about is her boyfriend, how he's talking with other girls and cheating on her. And all you want her to do is just listen to you. Like, please just shut up. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. And another example like is a wife. So you had a hard day at work and you want to just talk about it. All she wants to talk about is how the hairstylist messed up her hair, like her nail chipped off. She barely got it done the same day. And all you just want to do is just, pour out your feelings to her. She doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to listen. They don't want to listen. So for another example is I'm going to bring in the TV show Grey's Anatomy. If anybody watches Grey's Anatomy. Meredith and Dr. Shepard. There's throughout the episodes and seasons, they argue a lot, and it's very common for Meredith to say Shepard while he's talking, and she's like, Shepard, shut up, no, hear me. It's a good example I used. And another example is the only thing or object, I wouldn't call them object, but the only living thing that will actually listen to you is a dog. Because when you come home, they run to you. You sit there while you just talk to them, and you're like, you're my friend. You listen to me. You're my only friend. So yeah, thank you.
You're my only friend. I feel like I can relate. Yeah.
I never really count. We didn't think about it.
It sucks when you have like really good eyebrows. I won't be able to do it. Yeah. Where you go?
I don't need it. Why are you being a two-lead lady?
Always like an hour.
How much is it?
I understood it.
You live by your place?
All right, Victor, the opening was okay. Your thesis statement is relatively clear. Actually, it's pretty well organized because you've got 4 specific things that you're going to be talking about. The problem is on those individual ones, they don't get developed very much. The best one that gets developed is your example from Grey's Anatomy, a show that I've never seen, but I thought you described it reasonably well, although I think you could probably use a particular scene to make the point that you're talking about. The other ones, you barely describe an event that's going on there, much less provide any detail or tell us any story or consequence or make it interesting. It just seems like you're kind of rushing to get through an example, and I think that that's a little bit of a problem. You want to kind of live in those moments and engage in those ideas a little bit more, and you just seem like you were trying to get to the next one, and I thought that that was a little problematic. On the presentation issues, your voice projects well. There's a little energy in your voice that I think needs to be contained a bit. I think you're rushing a little bit, and you sound, I don't want to say anxious, but you sound like you were kind of, nervous energy coming out a little bit. And I think you need to be a little bit more contained. Pace yourself a bit more, and I think that would also give you a chance to extend your examples more and feel the subject that you're talking about more. The gestures, you got lots of indicators when you're speaking. Your facial expressions are kind of the same way that your voice is. I think that you you're smiling and you're engaged, but sometimes it comes across as a nervous sort of engagement, like you are kind of embarrassed to be there, embarrassed to be talking about this, and just moving on, that kind of thing, trying to get through it instead of relating to the audience. And that's something that I know maybe you sometimes feel self-conscious about doing, but I think that that's an important skill to develop in talking to an audience, is just relating to people and getting over your own self-consciousness. Generally, I thought that your eye contact with the audience was pretty solid. Anxiety, like I said, I think is mostly in the face and voice. The conclusion seemed a little bit abrupt. I mean, we got to the dog story. I was going, okay, a dog story. And then it was done. And I went, oh, man, what happened to the dog? How did the dog show you that he was listening? That kind of thing. Okay, thank you.